Good morning. So I wanted to come on a little early today. So we have our free event talking all about the root chakra, but I wanted to come on just a little bit early and do some Reiki for you guys before, so that way you can receive, and those of you who have registered, then you can just stay on and we can talk about the roots. So I am going to go ahead and start and do some Reiki before our event with Dana, and sit back, relax, open your heart, receive. If you are new here, my name is Molly and I am with Sunflower Soul Healing. I am a Reiki master practitioner, and I will be doing Reiki, which just helps to balance your mind, body, and spirit. Always working for our highest good. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. If you guys have had a wonderful weekend, and a great start to 2023. So what do I spray and why, and what do I put on my hands? So I spray rose water, and I also use essential oils. I put lavender on my hands, and I do that. I clean my own energy, my own aura with the lavender, and as well as the rose spray, just to kind of balance myself, clear everything. So yeah, that's just something that I use, that I do. So you can do that also for yourself. Rose has one of the highest vibrational frequencies, so it really helps to lift the mood, to bring in beautiful, positive energy. And same with lavender. It's also very, very calming and soothing. So let's just move some of that energy, moving it down your body, letting go of anything heavy or that feels either physically, mentally, emotionally. Just let all that go. Just breathe. Beautiful. And I'm going to go ahead and ground our energy, get us out of our head using the Root Chakra singing bowl. So you can just notice where you feel this in your body, how it makes you feel. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try and get through our chakras. Today is going to be kind of a quicker version, because at 11 o'clock we're going to talk all about the root and crystals to help with that. So right now the root chakra red in color at the base of your spine. So just helping to ground your energy, balance. If you are feeling overwhelmed or scattered, anxiety, any of those feelings, the root is where you want to start. And we'll talk more about this, but all about our survival. So money, finances, job, home, all of those primal needs. Feeling safe, secure, and in our body, and grounded, rooted. Helping with any physical needs in your hips or that lower back, sciatica, your legs, your feet. And we want our energy to move down our body. So from the top of our head, all the way down the front to our feet, and then it'll move back, up our back, and back down again. Yeah, that's where I'm working. So I'm working on the root right now. Things have, especially after the holidays, and it's just, we're all trying to do our best just to, like I said, just kind of get back into the swing of things. We had that full moon, that wolf moon, that kind of really brought out and helped to all those lessons or anything left over from 2022. So if you felt that energy, ooh, it was intense. I don't know if anybody else noticed it, but it definitely was. So just let anything go. It's feeling heavy or giving you anxiety. Again, we'll talk more about this, but with the root, there's lots of different ways that you can help to ground yourself when you are feeling overwhelmed or not balanced in your body. All right, let's bring in that root chakra singing bowl again. favorite ways to ground is this root chakra singing bowl, because I need it a lot. I always have to work on my root chakra. So I'm always having to ground, always having to ground. All right, let's move up to the sacral chakra, which is right below our belly button, orange in color. G. So this is our womb creation. What are we going to create in this new 2023? What are you wanting to bring in? Anything is possible. We have a whole year ahead of us. Just little baby steps too. So helping to move any stagnant energy in that sacral chakra to allow beautiful new things to enter. It's our pleasure center, all about joy, the joy of life. Being inspired, right? I feel like when we're creative and we're inspired, we have that joy, that spark. Oh, I love you back. Thank you. So, yeah, think about that. What is it that you want more of? Is it love? Is it better health? Is it letting go of bad habits, or adventure, travel, new job, whatever it is? Just, set that intention. So clearing out any heaviness, any guilt or shame, or anything that keeps you from, blocking you from receiving those things. Because you deserve it. Physical, anyone who has hormonal issues, reproductive or bladder, kind of that lower back area, which can really hurt sometimes. A lot of fear in both our root and our sacral. So letting any fear energy go. It's just like planting seeds. Plant those seeds. So let's think about that. Actually, I'm going to do that. Think about what it is that you want to bring in. Planting those seeds, creation. What is it? Think about that intention. Let's breathe life into it. Sending beautiful energy for all those intentions that you set, always for your highest good. Perfect. Let's bring in the sacral singing bowl. Again, notice where you feel it. Do you feel it in that sacral chakra? Do you feel it somewhere else? Do you like a certain bowl more than others? I'm going to move up to the solar plexus. I'm moving quickly so I'm on time for our event. So, all right, solar plexus. This is our power center. Beautiful yellow color. I always think of sun energy, fire energy. I am. It's that I am. It's our confidence. It's our determination. It's our self-worth. Passion. So also that stomach, spleen, liver, gallbladder, all of that right there too. So really empowering you, stepping into your power, stepping into the light for this year, right? Removing all of those self-limiting beliefs that we're not worthy or we're not good enough or anything that we tell ourselves, that inner critic. It's just really not true. Filling you with that fire, that determination. Maybe you need motivation. Maybe you're starting a new, healthy eating or exercise program, and you're like, all right, it's been like, 2 days, a day, maybe it's been hours, and you're like, oh God, I want that chocolate, or I don't like this anymore. So you need that boost, it's like, I can do this. Though if you mess up, it's all right. I mean, it's just baby steps. We're so hard on ourselves. Or then maybe you have that mentality, all or nothing. And bringing in your own power back to you. We're not giving it to everybody else who needs it and this person over here. It's great to be there for people and help people, but it's okay to stand in your own energy and say, no, that's okay. Doesn't mean that you're mean or you're a bad person if you say no. Healthy boundaries. And that can be hard if we're a mom, if we're a caretaker, if we're, in our work environment, if we're a people pleaser, and that's kind of what we've been taught to do, put ourselves last. So, it's all right to say no. And it's okay to take care of you. All right. I'm going to bring in solar plexus. Just imagine when you hear that sound, just beautiful yellow light just filling that solar plexus area. Yes, I wore red. I wore red today. Yeah, I normally don't wear like a vibrant, sometimes I do on holidays, red. So yeah, for the root for our series. All right, solar plexus, standing in your power. All right, heart chakra, green in color, beautiful green energy, love, forgiveness, compassion, letting go of any resentment or unforgiveness, grief, sadness, helping just to kind of move through that. And again, if you guys are just coming on, I'm moving a little, moving through it quicker because I decided to come on early before our event. They give you a little Reiki. We're doing a root chakra event, myself and Dana from our Mother's Crystals at 11. So stay on if you want to learn about it. So beautiful green energy. I always see a little bit of pink, helping with that, the lungs as well. You have a cold, any tightness in your chest. We carry so much stress here, and we really are like just almost like curling inwards because we are on the phone and the computer so much. We really don't realize it. So really pull those shoulders back and just receive. Fill your cup. One of my favorite chakras, the heart chakra. So much power there. Shining your light. When you just show someone compassion or love, or sit with them in their time of need, it's one of the most powerful gifts. Love is always the secret ingredient in everything. So bringing more love into your life, whatever that is. Maybe it's love with a new person, or love with new friends, or love for yourself, or love of life, whatever that is. I love you back right there. Whatever that is. Just all we need is love, baby. Oh, thank you. I don't wear red a lot, you know? I really don't. I realized that. I'm like, I don't have a lot of red. I really don't. So I need to... Probably because it's my chakra that I need to work on, and I'm like, ooh, I'd rather be up here in the clouds, you know? And it's like, all right. Let's bring in that beautiful heart chakra sound, frequency, energy. Open that heart, allow the sound just to penetrate that heart chakra. I also love, well, I love all of them, you know that. I always say. Yeah. Love them all. All right, let's move up to the throat. Beautiful blue color, ocean blue energy. helping you to speak your truth, express yourself, express your emotions, say what you need to say. So allowing your heart, speaking your truth from your heart. Pulling just any blocks from that. Or if you have sore throat, neck pain, that would be the throat chakra. Thyroid. Singing can help open up that throat chakra. Singing, humming. And then also your shoulders. Here. And let's do your ears. I have one person, I don't know if she's on here, she always wants me to do the ears. And I still have to make, I have not forgotten, I have to make just a TikTok for the ears. But it's so powerful. We do have chakras here, and it's clearing, all of that busyness in the outside world, right? All that chatter, all the stimulation, but also ourself. Oh my goodness. That self-critic, that self-chatter. So the ears are really important to clear. We can be our own worst critic for sure. All right, I'm getting close to my time here, so if I don't finish up, I can come back after. Yeah, ears. And it is our self-talk, right? And we get ourselves worked up because we're telling and really it's the things we tell ourselves. All right, throat chakra. For time's sake, I'm going to work on both of these, our third eye and crown. Put it together, all right? So blue in color, indigo, purple. Connecting with our intuition, our higher self, calming our thoughts, our mind, connecting with source, all that is kind of, linked together, right? Again, if you just came on in about probably here in 5 minutes, I have with Dana from Our Mother's Crystals a chakra series. We're doing a chakra series, and starting with the root chakra. So all the crystals that are great for root chakra. What is your root chakra? So stay on if you want. Love to have you. We're going to see if it works. She's just going to come on, I think, or invite me on. So balancing that mind, calming the mind, connecting to all that is, connecting with your true self, your higher self. I'm going to do my tuning fork, and I'm going to ground us in so I can do our event. And if you guys can't stay on or whatever, you should follow Dana from Our Mother's Crystals, because if you are into that, she is a wealth of knowledge. She's amazing. And yeah, so it's OMC Crystal Shop. All right, I'm going to ground us in. Root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown. Do the singing bowl, and then we're gonna be ready. All right. Grounding us in. All right, here she comes. I'm gonna accept it now. Hey! I was just grounding us.
Perfect.
Getting ready for our event. So,
well, I want to welcome and say hello to everyone that is already in progress with you. This worked out beautifully.
Yeah.
And can we just talk about how we are always on point with our attire?
But we're opposites.
I know.
That's
that
amazing.
Is so funny. We are both feeling the root chakra this morning.
Yes, we are.
Hey, everyone just joining. Thank you so much. I am Dana from Our Mother's Crystals. I'm going to pull my camera a little bit closer here. And I hope you all enjoyed that beautiful Reiki session from Molly. I was able to hop on for just a second before we went live here, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I can't wait to see you in person. So guys, the root chakra, let's talk about it. What is it? How can we support it? And when it's off, what are we feeling? And then how can we get that back on track? I want to just thank Molly once again for just wanting to do this with me. It is always a delight and a pleasure to connect with her and her community, and then my community connect with hers. And let's talk about crystals.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Reiki and how, yeah, baby, and how all of these can support you on your spiritual journey and opening and awakening your chakras. This is the first in the series. We're starting at the root and then working our way up as we do these once a month. We'll also be taking your questions live on air, so stay tuned for that.
Hold on. That's one thing I need to do. Keep on talking. I'm going to turn, keep on talking. Sorry, I'm just going to do something.
No, that's okay. So the first thing I really just want to touch on is just like a brief overview of the root chakra. You might have already done this during your Reiki session, but the root chakra sits at, and by the way, I'm going to say it as chakra or chakra. I use them interchangeably. There's no right or wrong, same thing. So it sits at the base of our spine. And I particularly believe that the root chakra is the most important. If this is off, all of these are not going to be necessarily functioning at their full capacity. So the root chakra is all about Mother Earth energy. It's about feeling that connection to Mother Earth. But what it really is to me, and I think a lot of people can attest to this, you can attest to it, Molly, that when the root chakra is not in balance, or it is off, or it is not vibrating at its full capacity, we are not going to feel secure. Mm-hmm. We're not going to feel safe. And we're just not going to feel connected. And let's think about that for a second. How often in your life are you flying around all over the place, going 1,000,000 miles a minute? That's because the root chakra is off. Also, do you feel a lot of fear? Do you feel a lot of worry in your life? The root chakra is off. And guys, we all focus on the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown because we want to feel the love. We want to speak our truth. We want to get the downloads, right? You're not going to be able to do that very sufficiently until the root chakra is open, expanded, vibrating, circulating as it should be. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can get grounded, feel safe, feel secure, to manifest, to make everything in your life come to be, just to feel good. I think when the root chakra, like when it's fully at its capacity, you feel good. You
Yeah.
know, there's
Yeah.
no worries, there's no fear. I feel one with Mother Nature, and that's what it's all about, guys. So you can work on that just via with energy, like with Reiki, like with what Molly does. You can also work on it and support it with crystals. And that's really what I'm going to touch on today. Please feel free to stop me anytime, Molly, if you have a question or if you
Yeah,
want.
guys, go ahead and if you have any questions for Dana about crystals or anything, I will do my best, and I'm going to write them down. And because she, unfortunately, I don't think she can see your comments, only I can see them.
Yeah, I can
So,
only see like my people's comments. I can't see Molly's, unfortunately. I wish
yeah,
TikTok would change that, but
yeah.
we always make it work. We always have a great time here, and I'm just so honored that you all are here, you know, spending your time with us this morning or evening, wherever you're at. So I'm going to go ahead and just show the crystals I have here. By the way, I have a ton because there are a lot of grounding crystals and a lot of protection crystals for the root chakra, but also because I always need to get grounded. You and I have
Yes.
talked about this, Molly. I fly up in the clouds all the time. I've got to stay
Right.
grounded. All right. So I'm going to show them one by one. You guys can get a pen and paper, write it down, make notes. And then if any of you all have questions about these, just let me know. So I'm just going to pick the first one that's here in front of me. And one of my favorite grounding crystals is beautiful black tourmaline. Now I have it in the raw formation here. It does come in polished as well. Black, you're going to see a lot of black and red crystals here, guys. Some of them do have a little bit of an orange hue, and I'll talk about that. But the majority of these are going to be black and red. Whenever you see a black or red crystal, more than likely it is going to be associated with the root chakra. So black tourmaline, guys, full of grounding Mother Earth energy, full of protection as well. So if you are an empath or just a highly sensitive person, black tourmaline is great to protect your auric field. Now, when I say this, I always like to preface anything I suggest is just what I personally love, what I have personally worked with, what I know works for me. I'm not saying that this is the end all be all to crystals and the root chakra. You might find a crystal that feels extremely grounding to you, and I didn't go over it, or it's not an industry standard. And that's totally okay, because I am here to empower you to work with crystals and your own personal magic. And you should always trust your intuition and your energy. But beautiful black tourmaline, a great grounding root chakra crystal. The second one, go ahead.
Can I just, because there were two questions that I
Yeah.
just wanted to, because just I'm going to just kind of like throw them out as they come in. But
Bailey and Brittany, yes, honeys.
Back pain and Crohn's, would that be, for me personally, I would say yes, root chakra.
Definitely.
And maybe are there crystals that might help with that back pain?
Yes.
And the Crohn's. Those were two questions. Also, yeah. So I just wanted to get
definitely. And I always preface anything I say medical wise. Definitely go see your doctor.
Right.
This is not the end all be all to healing, but these do assist with that. So for any type of physical pain, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a joint pain, an internal pain. I don't care what it is. Petrified wood is always a go-to for me. Always. It's pure ancient Mother Earth energy. I swear by petrified wood for any type of ache or pain or anything, honestly, anything medical going on. This is
any pain. And even like someone had also asked about nerve damage in a toe, because that's that root, right? Because anything below. So would that petrified wood
definitely
also? Okay.
Definitely. And also I don't have one on the table right now, but always for any type of medical ailment or any type of pain, clear quartz. It is the master healer, easily programmable to whatever your intention is for any place on the body to help relieve pain. Also, if you're experiencing nerve pain, blue chalcedony. I do not have that.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have it on the table right now, but blue chalcedony is very cooling and calming to our auric field, but also our physical body. So you think about nerve pain, it's very inflammatory. Let's calm down that inflammation with the blue chalcedony as
You know what? I don't think I have any blue chalcedony. So whoever asked the question on nerve pain, I hope you heard that. Blue chalcedony.
So while I just have it here, let's go ahead and talk about petrified wood. It's the next on my list. Amazing, amazing to feel connected to Mother Earth. So oftentimes we're floating around and we may not actually feel connected to all that is around us. Let me just say, you are always connected, but you may not always be aware of it. If you're wanting more of that awareness in your life, petrified wood is one of the ones that always work for me. Also, again, great physical healer, great auric healer here. And this, just by chance, is great for contacting your ancestors, your guides, your angels, that type of thing. Anything ancient like this that is considered a fossil, it's great for that as well. But if you are wanting to really open up the root chakra and get grounded, petrified wood, obviously it used to be a tree. It was connected to Mother Earth. Now it's in its fossilized form, and it's amazing. You're like holding a piece of ancient earth in your hand.
Yeah.
When you have
and let me, there are a couple of questions. A couple of people have asked. So, you know, let's say you have that, you know, when you're working with crystals, they're asking, how do you work with them? What is the best way? So if you have that back pain or the nerve pain, you know, what is the best way? How do we use them?
So you are the power and you are the magic. The crystal is your tool. You all will hear me preach that time and time again. It's all about setting the intention with your crystal for whatever it is you want it to do for you. So let's say I'm going to use this for nerve pain. Okay. My favorite way, and I go over this in detail on one of my episodes, if anyone wants more detail. I'm going to try to keep this fairly fast. But literally just hold it close to the heart chakra. The heart chakra is very open to receiving. And I'm just going to take a couple of deep breaths. And just feel really connected now to the energy of the crystal. We're starting to connect right now. And I'm literally just going to affirm and claim the energy between the crystal and myself. And I'm going to program it, activate it to work for me in my highest light and honor. So your mantra can be whatever you want it to be. I'm just going to give you an example. Petrified wood. I ask that you connect your energies and frequencies to my energies and frequencies. And let's co-create together a life where I am pain-free. Work on my nerve pain in whatever place of the body it's in. And let's relieve that pain together. And it's literally as simple as that. You can say that as many times as you want to. You can say whatever feels good to you. But now I have made an energetic connection, proclaiming and affirming how I want the crystal's energy to now work with me. And now all I do is must trust that is going to continue to do so. I'm a big believer on actually placing the crystals on the areas that, you know, you have this pain, or however you want it to work for you. It doesn't have to be just pain, but
or even the chakra. So like if it's on the toe, you know, you could put it on that root, you know.
Exactly. And that's what I like to do when I'm doing a chakra balancing session with crystals. I will actually place this on the root chakra. And if you do find that maybe there's an area on your body where it's just like, it doesn't feel comfortable with that crystal sitting there, hold the crystal. You're still connecting to the energy. Carry it around with you during the day. Just simple things like that make a huge significant difference once you've set the intention for the crystal to work for you.
Wearing bracelets or necklace, however, putting them in your pocket. I actually have them in my pocket. You know, it's really however you want to connect.
And Molly, you know that we both preach this. There are no rules. You're only limited by your own beliefs and imagination on how you want to work your personal magic with your crystals. There is no right or wrong way. It's all about a feeling. So if it feels good to you to carry it with you, to wear it as a ring, I mean, whatever it could be, it's fine. If it feels good to you, it is working in your highest light and your highest honor. We tend to make things very difficult, and we feel like we're not going to do it correctly. That is simply not the case. In the world of energetics, and especially with earth magic, it is here for us to use. So all you have to do is just think of how you want to use it, how it feels good to you to use it, and do it.
Yeah.
It's literally as simple as that.
So, a lot of questions are actually coming in. Can I throw another question
Of
at
course.
you? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, one of them that came in, I'm gonna give you actually two, and then you can kind of, that way you have them, so you can kind of answer them. So, one is, well, of course, it's the new year, and everyone's wanting, weight loss and talking about, that weight, right? And I do know, as far as Root goes, that is associated a lot of times with that survival, the eating, all of that good stuff. So, do you recommend a crystal for that, for weight loss or for anything?
I actually have several that I recommend for that. So the first one is going to be the heart, anything associated with the heart chakra. You have to think about it this way, guys. Why are you not loving yourself enough to make the changes in your life that would, say, benefit you if you are wanting to achieve weight loss? What is in the heart that's not, that may be blocked, that may not be translating into a self-love to where I feel like I deserve the time to go exercise. I deserve to feed myself high vibrational foods that I know are going to benefit me in this weight loss journey. So anything that is heart chakra related, I am all for that. So that could be rose quartz. I actually have one here. That could be green aventurine, malachite. There's a ton of these. I would just start with rose quartz. It's a very basic and a very soothing energy. And it's very compassionate. So it reminds you to be graceful during the process of a weight loss journey as well. Now, I don't have one on the table, unfortunately, because I wasn't prepared for that. But any type of an apatite crystal.
I can show you one, and that's easy to remember because, well, your appetite,
Exactly.
Let me get it.
So there's blue apatites, there's golden apatites, there's clear apatites. Blue apatite is going to be one of the most common that you will be able to find. And while I have never used this for myself personally, it is considered to be an appetite controller. So when you set the intention, just like I did in the beginning there, next to the heart chakra, setting your intention, asking its energy and frequency to connect to yours, and then proclaiming and affirming how you want it to be charged to work for you, you can use it, your appetite crystals, to help support that part of your body, the appetite center. So think about that.
It's easy to remember. Appetite for
exactly. And so also there's another one that a lot of people don't like to correlate to weight loss, but I love it for this, is citrine. Citrine works on the solar plexus, and the solar plexus is right here around, obviously, those internal organs. So you can make the correlation there. But it also helps us to get in a manifesting state or a mindset of joy. And when we are full of joy, and we can think about the joy we're going to feel once we start making those steps into our weight loss journey, obviously citrine is going to help to support that and keep you in that more high vibrational feeling. So again, feelings are huge when you're trying to manifest anything. And I say manifest, it's all a mindset. It helps you to stay in that mindset of, what is it going to feel like when I can fit into the size I want to fit in? So on and so forth. So rose quartz, just to keep it simple, rose quartz, blue apatite, and citrine are my favorites for that.
For weight loss. Perfect. And guys, I'm going to let her keep on going, talking about the root. And I do see your questions. So I
want to say, I see everyone's comments here, and I acknowledge you and I love you. So next on my list is one that is often associated with the sacral chakra, but it is also the root chakra, and this is vanadinite or so people call it or pronounce it different ways. I always say vanadinite. And I freaking love this for the root chakra because it helps to turn off monkey brain. It helps to turn off mind chatter. So think about that. How often are you telling yourself negative things? How often are you in a perpetual cycle of maybe something that's running in the background in your mind, a pattern.
Can you spell that? Do you know, someone said, can you spell that one?
Yeah, I know. It's so weird. V as in Victor, ANADANITE, Vanadinite. There you go. And this is also wonderful for meditation. So if you are wanting to just say, for instance, do a root chakra meditation because you want to get grounded, get you some vanadinite. Turn off that brain, that mind chatter that tends to always want to come up when we start meditating and sitting still, and let this work for you in your highest light and highest honor with that intention. I love this one. Then I have Mukite. Woo! And Mukite is all about Mother Earth energy. So again, working on the root chakra. And then I've got a ton here, so I'm going to start.
Can I ask another question then?
Of course.
Well, okay. So, because people are also asking this question a lot. So, if you, your thought, if you lose a crystal, has it done its job? If you break a crystal, has it done its job? Several people have asked.
Yeah. So I have multiple thoughts on that, and I feel like it's on a case by case basis. I always encourage all of my clients to step into their intuition and to step into what they're feeling at that time. So a couple of things could be going on. If you lose it or break it, it might be done working with you for that time. Okay, you might not need that energy anymore, and that's totally okay. Crystals will come and go and show up in your life multiple seasons in your life for when you need it. So a lot of people, they're like, well, I've just been so like ridiculously drawn to, let's just say, obsidian. Well, they might need to get grounded. They might need protection in their life.
Right.
So they start using it. They've got all that under control now. They suddenly lose their obsidian. You may not need that energy anymore. Here's the second thing that could be going on, especially with breakage. Sometimes shit just happens. It does, right? So I always tell my people, what are you thinking of? What are you doing at the time that it breaks? Were you flying all over the place? Were you not grounded? Were you, picking up a lot of things at once and then it flew out of your hand? Well, you need to get grounded. That is almost always a sign that you need to be grounded. Also, if a crystal breaks in your presence, and one of my mentors taught this to me, and it always resonated with me, is that it has now become more powerful for you.
I love that. I really do. I really love that. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, so often we want to think of it as a negative, and it not necessarily is. Your energetic exchange with that crystal has become so powerful and so strong that the energies just burst almost. And so the crystal can essentially crack or break. Here's how to think of it. Now it's time to share that with someone else in your life, right? You keep a part of it and then you pass it on, to the next person. So I like to think of it that way as well. There is a lot of people that will say, the breakage of a crystal can mean that it is, not wanting to work with you anymore. And that certainly may be the case. But again, I always tell my clients, just tap into your intuition. What does it feel to you? Do you feel like you're done working with it? Was it just an accident that happened because you weren't grounded? Or is it asking you to share the energy with someone else?
Yeah. Love that. And these are all great, fabulous questions.
Yeah.
So, yeah, love it.
I'm going to go ahead and show the next one real fast. This has a couple of different names. What it is technically is a Lodolite quartz.
Oh, so this is gorgeous.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
So this is also known as Shaman's Dreamstone. It's also known as garden quartz. In this case, because of the layers that are within this one in particular, it's also known as 1,000-layer quartz. So there's micro inclusions in here of chlorite. And that's what gives it these beautiful colors, these bandings, and what gives it a garden look. It literally looks like there's a world inside of this crystal. So definite correlation to plants. and mosses and just earth energy. This is also great for cultivating a garden, or if you're trying to grow indoor plants to maybe help your root chakra to keep you grounded. This is great to pair with your indoor plants. But if you don't have that and you are just wanting to kind of harness that plant and earth energy, garden quartz is a beautiful crystal to assist you with that. The second, I'm not on second, Dana. I did that last time too.
Yeah.
Guys, do you know about Moki balls or Moki marbles, also known as shaman's stones? So these are phenomenal for balancing your energy, your male and your feminine, but also your earth star chakra and your root chakra. So if you are needing to balance that chakra, but also the male and the feminine energy within you, Moki marble sets are the way. Yes, honey. Yes.
And now, okay, can I ask with these? So is there, when you look at it, is one more male and one's more feminine? So okay. So
the more feminine will just be more smooth in general. Okay. And these are not polished to look like this. These are naturally polished from the earth, from being in riverbeds and things.
Yeah.
The more male will have typically a ridge. Okay. Do you see that?
So mine is maybe male.
Let me see.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So like the male is going to have that ridge, and then the female is just going to be more smooth.
And like maybe more, is it more round? Like more?
Yeah. No? I feel like, the feminine is always a bit more round and just like a more perfect circle, where the male, shaman stone, these are also called boji stones when they come from a particular area, or Moki marbles, but the male is going to be just not as perfect for sure. So another great balancing root chakra crystal mineral stone rock, however you want to say it. Now this is going to be one that most people are like, what? That is not red. That's not black. What's going on here? This is an iridescent ammonite. So this has a natural iridescence to it, just naturally forms this way. Now these will come in other varieties. This is just the one I picked for today. So ammonites are fossils. Okay. So anything that is a fossil is perfect for the earth star chakra and the root chakra. So anything with ancient energy, anything that came from the earth like this, oh my gosh, so perfect to help balance that root chakra.
So I put some of my, gosh, Dana, I don't ever say this right. Okay. So this, is it stromatolite? Stromatolite. See, yes. I know, I'm like, yeah. So, and that is also fossil.
Yes, that would be absolutely beautiful to get you grounded, also to help you to feel safe and secure, and that I love this about fossils. Fossils always remind me I am protected on the other side. I am being looked after from the other side, because they are so great for contacting ancestors, spirit guides, angels, your spirit team.
Yeah.
You always know that you are not alone and you are safe and you are secure. It always helps to remind me of that. It gives me that energy, right? I love that. I love that about fossils. So this is going to be one of probably a lot of people's favorites, and most well-known is smoky quartz. I have it in polished form right now. Obviously, it comes in raw, natural form in clusters or terminations. Smoky quartz, baby. First of all, it's the master healer. It is a formation of quartz. The dark color comes from natural irradiation from the earth, so it is heated underneath the earth or in a cave or however it's mined, wherever it's found. And it gives it that dark smoky color. So wonderful, again, to get grounded, to feel safe, secure, because it's so protective. So it's a natural cleanser of negative energy. And it can also be a protector for, let's just say, lower vibrations or negative energy coming in. So think about when you feel protected, you feel safe, right? So the root chakra is already becoming ignited because you're starting to feel safe. So,
Dana, someone asked, do you sell these? Which, of course, you do. So, whoever was on there and asked, and I know things are kind of changing up of how you're doing things. So,
Yeah.
you know, if people were interested.
So I may or may not have all of these in stock. I do have a lot of these in stock. So we are getting ready to have a live Instagram sale on the 21st and 22nd of January. We will also have a story sale on Instagram the Friday before that. So it's like 3 days of crystal sales.
Cool.
We also have a website. However, I am revamping the website right now. I'm adding a bunch of stuff as I have time to do so. Because I'm a one-woman show. It's a lot to do. But
amazing one-woman show, though.
You're so sweet. And then, for instance, like the Moki marbles, those are coming in stock. So I'll have those in a week or two. So like our inventory is constantly changing. So if there's anything that you are looking for, you can always reach out. If you can't find it on the website or you don't see it on a live sale, you know, I can probably get it for you. It might be coming into stock, that type of thing. So yeah, mainly we do most of our retailing on the Instagram live sales. We are probably going to start doing smaller scale sales, but doing them more often.
Love it.
Yeah. And then having the website as well, of course. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that. Next, these are so fun. Do you know what these are, Molly?
Hagstones? Wait,
yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I
okay.
have a ton.
I know you love I know you love them.
Yeah, I do.
These are, to me, they kind of do it all. These are great for the ethereal realms, the fairy realms, but they are so protective and so grounding to the user, especially when you set the intention to do so. So yeah, you can get a hagstone and just, you know, have this around, carry it with you. It is going to provide some energy. And this is with any crystal. But until you set your intention with them and charge them with your intention or program them, the work is going to be just the energetic exchange until you actually program it. And then it starts working for you in your highest light and your highest honor. Because remember, you are the power and you are the magic. And I am here to not limit you on how to work with your crystals. I'm here to empower you. So I'm not going to tell you, oh no, don't do that. If it feels good to you, do it.
Right.
I'm that type of person.
Well, and what I love, because someone said, what are these? So here's what I have.
Good for you, Brittany.
So what's great about a hagstone, you guys, is you can go out in nature. So go out on a nature walk, look in, you know, the creek beds. And so see how it has that hole. Well, you can see it better through here.
A hagstone.
That is called a hagstone. So it's considered very, like, the Native Americans thought of it to be like a protective amulet. Yes. Or if you want to be very like, woo, you know, in that they say the folklore is if you look through the little hole, if you look through the hagstone, you can look into other realms.
And that is, I'm so happy you said that, because that's why it's great for like the ethereal realms or the fairy realms. It's literally like, you want to think of it as a portal. Mm-hmm. So this would be a portal that you look through or step through to get to those other dimensions and those other worlds. It's a really cool rock. I adore these. But I find it very protective.
100%. And it's just neat, because I think, like, when I go on my nature walks, and of course, what better way to ground with Mother Earth than to, you know, just even simply a rock that is, that you have found yourself. And so anyway, so if you're out walking around, try and look for and see if you can find a hagstone. It has a perfect little circle, and they're all different.
Yeah. And to me, there's nothing better than finding one on your own. And it's like, it's yours now. You were meant to find that. It's like you two got to, oh my God, that one's beautiful. Love.
Yeah, here's a big one. Yeah, I do love my hagstones.
I want to give Brittany props here. She said, I set my crystals out Friday night with the full moon for the first time. How freaking beautiful is that? So taking in all that full moon energy and charging your crystals. I'm so proud of you, Brittany.
And someone did ask that, like, you know, should you do that? Set them out and in the full.
I don't think anyone should do anything. Mm-hmm. I don't think there is like, oh, you have to do this. Because remember, I'm here to empower you and not limit you. If it feels good to you to do it, then absolutely do it. And Tara did too. Tara said, me too. I'm so proud of you guys. So it feels good to me to do that. I love saturating my crystals with grandmother moon energy. If you can't sit them outside, sit them in a windowsill. I love doing that. Do I do it every full moon? I try. But sometimes life gets busy and maybe I forgot. It doesn't mean I don't love my crystals. It doesn't mean I did anything wrong.
Right.
But I do like to partake in doing that. Absolutely. But do you have to? No.
Yeah.
No.
And so, Julie asked, you know, as far as cleansing your crystals, I mean, is putting them out in the moonlight. That's a nice way to cleanse, though, or charge, or placing them just even on Mother Earth, placing them outside on what is.
Yeah. So I did a whole like mini video on all the ways to cleanse your crystals. So I think here's how I think about it and what makes sense to me and what resonates with me. Take what you like and leave the rest.
Right.
I see moon energy as charging. Okay. It's taking the energy of grandmother moon and it's now being placed into the crystal. I guess in a way it could be cleansing, but I prefer like doing a smoke cleanse on my crystals. I prefer using selenite to cleanse my crystals. I prefer earth magic. So like using actual Mother Earth, placing them on the ground or actually burying them in dirt. That you can also water cleanse your crystals if they are water safe using spring or creek water. You can also cleanse by using grandfather sun. But again, that's getting more into charging it with sun energy. So while I do think there is a little bit of a cleansing essence with working with the moon, I see that and feel that more as actually charging the crystal versus actually cleansing it.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. All right. So next I'm going to get into a all-time fave, obsidian. So I have it in a cat.
Wow, yeah.
Here. And then I have it.
Look at that. That's gorgeous.
And then I have it in a faceted free form here. Obsidian, kind of like black tourmaline is, very grounding. It's very protective, so it is going to remove and transmute negative energy. So whenever negative energy is taken from something, we do want to like transmute it into something positive. The energy has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So obsidian is beautiful, and so is black tourmaline for actually transmuting that energy. So definitely one of my faves. And so when you feel protected, you feel safe, you feel secure, and you're working on that root chakra, which is so important, guys. So, so important. I can remember a time in my life when I was fearful of everything. I worried about everything all the time. It's a miserable way to live your life. And until I really learned to get grounded and centered and one with earth, I didn't make a lot of changes until that happened. So just some food for thought there.
Dana, do you sell the black cat? Because someone asked.
We
loved it, and they were like, "Does she sell it? Does she?"
Yeah, we've sold these many times. We are sold out right now, but I would be happy to like
reorder more. Those are really cute. Yeah,
replenish these for sure, and they're very affordable. So I will look into doing that. Thank you guys for the reminder that I need to do that. Next on my list is shungite.
Yes.
So this is a form of shungite called elite shungite. Elite shungite will have that beautiful shimmer and sheen to it. Regular shungite is going to have more of a matte finish and a matte look to it. Shungite is wonderful for EMF protection, so electromagnetic frequencies that come from, say, Wi-Fi, our computers, our telephones, any type of electronic like TVs or things of that nature. All of that is bombarding our aura on a regular basis. So shungite is one of those beautiful crystals to have around to deflect that, essentially. And I swear by shungite for that. I can tell a major difference when I have this. I literally have a tumble of shungite on every single piece of electronic in our house, whether it's
we're great for the workspace to put next to the computer or, by your phone, by the bed or any of
it's
energy.
Again, incredibly grounding. All of these are going to be incredibly grounding and making you feel safe, secure, and it is very protective as well.
Yeah. So someone asked, Victoria asked, black onyx, which of course, I would say great.
Yeah, so black onyx, black obsidian, they're almost identical.
Yeah.
There's not a ton of difference actually in their mineral makeup. So they work very cohesively together. They are essentially like same metaphysical properties. So yeah, black onyx is another great one. I've got a question over here. What if someone touches your crystals? Do you have to re-cleanse them immediately? So here's my thoughts on that. I encourage people to pick up crystals at my house if they feel called to do so. But how is their energy when they're touching it? That's all you got to feel. Like, you just got to be aware of that. If you feel like say it was someone that had a really bad day and they're in a funky mood and they come and they touch your crystals, you might feel that your crystals are now vibrating at a different level. So again, it's always completely up to you because you are the magic and you are the power. If you can pick up on that energetic change, then yes, go ahead and cleanse it. If someone was super high vibrational, they're loving on the crystal, they're giving it a lot of attention, more than likely the vibe is still high. Yeah. So I always encourage you to use your intuition and how does the crystal feel to you now after it's been touched. If it feels a little wanky, it feels a little off, go ahead and give it a quick cleanse. That's a really good question.
Yeah. Another question, is there a way to tell if crystals are man-made versus natural? So
I mean, it depends on the crystal. It literally is going to depend on the type of crystal it is. So like all the moldavite that's out on the market right now, some of it is genuine. About 90% of it is fake. And depending on, again, the type of crystal will depend on the markers you're going to look for as far as man-made or natural. And it literally is just dependent on the crystal. So that's really a big blanket question. That's kind of an umbrella question. So it just kind of depends on, do I have a real amethyst here or a fake amethyst? It's going to come down to color and quality and weight and things of that nature. With moldavite, it comes down to if it has bubbles in it. It comes down to if it is lighter or, again, the weight.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different factors that come into play, but all of those change depending on the crystal. I wish I had a better answer for that.
Yeah, that's a hard, yeah. Good question. It's just a hard one to, unless you have, to.
Yeah, it's very difficult because each crystal, those markers for it being man-made are going to be different for each crystal. Yeah.
I'm going to this person has asked several times, is there a crystal that can aid in like focus for studies? So,
oh my God.
Yeah. There's probably like a million, but do you have a favorite that you,
my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
Anyone with ADHD.
Okay.
Anyone that needs to focus. Right. Yeah. Anyone that is studying, any type of a student, fluorite, baby. Yeah. That is the go-to for that.
Here's my lovely fluorite right
here. There you go. That's a rainbow fluorite there. Any of your fluorites, it can be green, it can be purple, it can be blue, it can be clear, it can be the rainbow. It doesn't matter. All the fluorites vibrate at that energy. So if that is something that you are wanting to work on, 100% go with fluorite. Brittany asked the difference between charging and cleansing. So charging is actually programming your crystal with an intention or with an energy. Cleansing your crystal is where you are now removing negative energy or lower vibrations from that crystal. So charging is, whoop, I'm putting power into the crystal. Cleansing is, poof, I'm taking away negative energy. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. And another question, do you feel like you can do that too, like you can cleanse
totally
it
okay,
too much?
Tara.
Someone said, I leave mine on selenite, all the time. Can it be too much or?
Never. Yeah. Never. And again, this is where I'm all about, there are no rules. You're not doing it wrong. You do what feels good to you. So in my case, a lot of times when I'm cleansing on my selenite plates or bowls or whatever I'm using, I typically just do an overnight cleanse. I feel like it's sufficient after that. Now, I might pick up a crystal and be like, ooh, you still feel a little wanky. I'll put you back in the bowl. I'll put you back on the plate, whatever. But I think it's just really up to you and how it feels to you. And I will always encourage you to tap in to that inner knowing and that inner feeling, your intuition, to discern that for you. And a lot of people are like, well, if I'm smoke cleansing, how long do I need to smoke cleanse? Guess what? Until it feels right to you. You cannot do it wrong. You cannot mess this up. I promise you. Don't put so much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Have fun with your crystals.
100%.
You know, don't make this so like rigid.
Right. The EMF crystal, that shungite, someone asked.
Yeah, the shungite.
They just asked the EMF.
So this is elite shungite. Shungite will come in various qualities. Elite shungite being the highest that you can have, but any and all shungite, I don't care what kind it is beautiful for EMF protection and grounding, rooting, clearing, that type of thing.
Yeah.
As well. The next one, I really want to touch on this one, Molly, is black kyanite.
Oh, yes. Love it.
So also known as witch's brooms. How fun is that, guys? So black kyanite, while it has all these other beautiful root chakra, grounding, protection qualities, you can also do energetic sweeps with this. So you think of it as it literally looks like a broom, the way it sprays.
Mm-hmm.
You can sweep negative energy off of your auric body. I love these for this. Also, this is beautiful for psychic attacks. So if you feel like someone, like their energy is being projected onto you, get black kyanite. A lot of psychics, a lot of mediums who, work with the other realms, they love black kyanite for this. So it keeps their vibration high, but it protects them from anything lower, right? Mm-hmm. They don't want anything projected onto them when they are channeling or what have you. Mm-hmm. But that also is a mindset as well. But I love, love, love this for psychic attack, doing an energetic sweep, but for rooting and grounding as well. And Brittany, that is perfect that you do that.
And what do you feel with kyanite? Do you feel that is a crystal that really doesn't need this to be cleansed?
No, I feel like it does.
That's you feel like personally. It does. Okay.
I really do. I feel like because it works so much with like lower vibrations. Yes. Because it does. So it absorbs the energy and then it transmutes it. Mm-hmm. But I feel, this is just me personally, I feel like some is left behind, some is still in the crystal. Mm-hmm. So when I use a black kyanite, like say to do an energetic sweep on myself or someone else, I always cleanse it. Okay. I always do. Yeah. It feels good to me to do so.
Sure. Yeah. And do you feel that blue kyanite is similar, or do you feel that the black kyanite is more root protection, grounding, and it even though kyanite in general.
Let's touch on that, because there's blue kyanite, there's
I'll
orange,
show you blue.
There's orange kyanite, there's green kyanites.
This is blue kyanite.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. As the color changes, typically in crystals, there is a little bit of a different mineral makeup. That's getting scientific here. Yeah. But that makes a difference in energetics. Okay. The more you put in the pot, the different energy is going to, the more the energy is going to change. So blue kyanite, I love it for the throat chakra. I love it for contacting your ancestors, mentors, teachers, your angels, because it's more high vibrational than black kyanite is. Yeah. So yeah, I do feel like there is a difference,
but there. Still protective.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, that
100%. Yes, if I did not answer that, yes, I still feel like even if it's an orange kyanite or a green kyanite or a blue kyanite, it still has that essence to it, for sure.
That kind of protection or clearing, but specific more in a different, maybe higher, but where.
Yeah, it just vibrates at a different level, and I always encourage you, what does it feel like to you? Yeah. So if the blue kyanite, for whatever reason, it just like, you're like, no, this makes me feel super grounded, then use it as that. Yeah. I am behind you. I am supporting you with that. Just because it's an industry standard, like rose quartz is all about the heart. I always use this as an example. It's all about the heart chakra. But what if it feels protective to you? Then use it for that. There's a reason you are connecting with it on that level. So trust that. Begin to trust that about yourself. These are, again, all just industry standards and what I have grown to love in my own personal practice. But none of these are wrong or none of these are correct. It is literally what it feels like for you. There is no right or wrong.
Love that.
Yeah. So the next thing I want to touch on is red jasper. Now, this is let me get my other one here. So here I have it in tumble form.
Gosh, that is so.
Yeah. Doesn't it call to you? Because we need the grounding, Molly. Yeah. And then we have abreciated red jasper, which abreciated means it just has, it's layered differently. It has little breaks in its formation that has been filled with quartz. So this is a abreciated version. This is just a perfect red jasper version. You can make the significant correlation of the color of the crystal to the color of the root chakra. So one of my favorites of all time for just grounding. Let's not say we want protection or anything like that. We just want to ground. It's red jasper. So get that in your practice if that is something you are wanting to achieve. And remember, the root chakra is the most important. So work on that, guys. And then as we go on through this series, we're going to talk about opening up the rest of them because now we've got the root chakra going. Yeah. We've got it balanced. And then we can go ahead and progress. The next one I want to touch on is another favorite of mine. This is actually red agate.
Beautiful.
And yeah, this has some natural little botryoidal bubbles in there in that cave. But red agate, pretty much, agates and jaspers, while they are different in their mineral makeup, they act pretty much the same. So red agate is another one. And then I want to show you, oh my God, Molly, you're going to love these.
Okay. Yay. I mean, I love them all, it's like.
Well, right. God. But I feel like you're going to love these. So I have a fire quartz here.
Ooh, I love fire quartz.
So I have two forms of hematite here. This is a more metallic black silver hematite. This is a red hematite. And this one just has like it's hard to see on camera, but there has a red phantom just inside there. And then the hematite of this nature is more metallic. Hematite is the empath stone. If you are a highly sensitive soul, a highly sensitive being, this is one you definitely want to have in your metaphysical toolbox to help with those energies. Yes, honey, she's got the botryoidal hematite going on over there. Yes.
Okay, I didn't know what my bubbles meant. Yeah. I'm like, I know it's hematite, but I didn't know what
Yep. So the botryoidal just refers to the shape, like the natural structure.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, but it's
like the bubbly.
It's bubbly hematite.
Yeah.
So fire quartz, it's hematite in quartz. It gets its name. Yes, I know you love fire quartz. If anyone had a chance to listen to Molly's episode, she was talking about her favorite crystals, and that was one of them. So I love it for obviously protection. When you feel protected, you feel safe, you feel secure, you're more rooted and you're more grounded. And then, same with this one, just another variety, but I love these. And again, if you are an empath, get this in your wheelhouse. It will definitely help you. Yeah. You'll feel better.
I love it. I really do.
Carnelian. What, Dana? Ooh. That's sacral. It's not. It's sacral and root chakra.
Look at that color of that one.
Isn't that beautiful?
Gosh. Wow.
That beautiful?
That's a beauty.
Yeah. So I always have a little bit of carnelian in my, like if I'm rooting or grounding or what have you, I always like to add in carnelian, for that purpose as well. Now, here's one that you might find very interesting because again, it's not red, it's not black. What's going on here? This is flower agate.
Love that.
So you can see all of those little natural plumes in there that look like little dots of flowers. So any type of an agate, for the most part, I feel is very earth-centered. It's very earth energy. Where clear quartz, yes, it comes from the earth, but it's like super high vibrational. Any type of agate, in this case, I have flower agate, because it does have earth energy associated with it, with the little flower plumes and the mineral inclusions in there. It makes me feel soft and calm and soothed and secure. And that is what having that root chakra is all about.
So we have a question. What are your
Yep.
thoughts? Does the size of the crystal determine the amount of energy it provides? And I want to say thank you to Create Spaces because they're putting all of the names of your crystal. Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
for doing that.
Our
and
moderator.
for helping
I
out.
love that. Thank you so much. And I just want to give shout out to Tara and Brittany on my site for commenting. You guys are amazing. They're saying they love carnelians on their wish list. That's so great.
Yes, fire quartz for and hematite. Sorry.
This is always a fun question. Does size matter?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. I think it does. I really do. I feel like the more, like, let's just use a quartz. If I were to have just, well, I've got a calcite here, but if I were to have just a little optical calcite, but I had a huge one that was like this big.
Yes.
You are going to feel an energetic difference.
I agree. I'm the same. It's like an input. It's like this, yeah.
I mean, it just naturally.
Yes.
Seriously, like it's vibrating more. It has more to vibrate. So naturally, energetic wise, yes, you are going to feel a difference. Does that mean that the small ones don't mean anything and they're not practical? Absolutely not. Guys, we can't carry around huge crystals and rocks all the time. We can't put them on our bodies all the time. That's where the smaller ones come into play. They are more practical to use. They still have the same essence. They still have the same energy. It's just not as much. And remember, guys, Crystal fam, spiritual junkies, you are the power. You are the magic. These are your tools, right? So however you set the intention, that's really what matters. So big or small, you've set your intention with the crystal. It is going to work in your highest light and your highest honor, regardless of its size. But if you do want to fill a huge,
or like a room, maybe if you want like space to have by having some larger pieces, it does, it does
for a larger. Exactly. So for a larger area, obviously a larger crystal is going to be felt more.
Yeah.
It's almost like common sense, but then we try to think too much about it. Our analytical brains think too much about it. But yes, bigger crystal equals bigger energy. Doesn't mean it's not advantageous to have a smaller.
So Sunshine asks, and someone else also asked this, and I think, again, this kind of goes probably to, I'll just, are there certain crystals to use or not with astrological signs? And someone asked, or are there certain crystals, that you shouldn't use together? So those were kind of both,
So for the zodiacs, yes, you will have particular crystals that are supportive of your particular energy. And that will differ, obviously, with the 12 signs. And I mean, it would take me forever to list off every crystal for every zodiac sign, but absolutely, yes. And I mean, yes, you can Google that and you're going to find a lot of information. Here's the thing I want you to focus on when and if you decide to do that, to educate yourself. You're going to see, like, let's just say I'm an Aquarius. So let's say I look up Aquarius crystals. Well, not everyone's going to have the same list, right? Most of them are going to include amethyst, but you're going to find it differs past that. I want you to choose the ones that feel right to you. That's it.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. So like if I'm looking at a list or something, or I'm reading a book that has something in it, I take what resonates with me and I just leave the rest. It does not mean it's wrong, but it just doesn't feel good to me and my soul and my energy. So I don't incorporate that crystal in. So just be mindful of how you're feeling when you are researching that. But there are indeed actual crystals that 100% help to support the energy of each zodiac sign. And I'm going to do a series on that actually. So
awesome.
Be fun.
Hey, try and refresh your screen because you're lagging on mine. Can you hit it?
Oh, Tara, thank you for sharing that. So here's my last crystal. I'm just going to go ahead and like fly
Yeah.
through this because I know I've done a lot of them, but it's polychrome jasper, also known as desert jasper. So again, another type of jasper in the house here. So most of your jaspers and your agates are going to be very root chakra based.
Someone did ask. This is one of my favorite. This is zebra, right?
Zebra, yeah.
This is one of my favorite, and someone asked about that for
beautiful.
root, and it's my like protector. I don't know, like it's.
I love that. That's gorgeous, Molly. I'm kind of jelly. I want it.
That is one of my favorites. This is like,
God,
one of the first ones, really, crystals that I got that I started collecting.
Oh, well, it has some sentimental value there as well.
Yeah.
So those are all of the crystals that was the last that I, just suggest or recommend having in your metaphysical toolbox to help you to root, ground, feel protected and safe and secure.
One that I wanted to show that's like one of my also favorites. And this one is a big boy, but I love boy.
It. But we love our big crystals.
I love Shiva Lingam, and this one I literally will I will just like take it because it's and just like hold it, and I can just feel it feels really almost like a weighted blanket to me. Very safe, very like balancing. But this is like my kind of my personal that I really and I like it too. It almost feels like grounding or anchoring a space.
Well,
like energetic. And here's like a littler one. So they come in even tiny.
Yeah, they come in really small to very large. These are called Shiva lingams. Yeah, and they come out of one particular area in the riverbed there. And they are naturally polished this way, which I find, just so cool. So they're great they kind of work the same as like the Mochi marbles do.
Okay.
They're balancing. So they're helping to balance the female and the masculine side of the energetics in your body and your aura. But yes, that is a beautiful earth grounding crystal. I mean, it literally came right out of the riverbeds, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. I was trying to think. Oh, I have one more.
Come on, show me.
Okay. What do you, I
don't know. The crystals, I like this
baby. What do you feel about bloodstone?
Okay. So here's the thing. Me and bloodstone go way back. It was one of my first crystals I ever got. I always felt really deeply connected to bloodstone. It's always, not always, I'm sorry. It is referred to as bloodstone. Its actual name is heliotrope, and it comes in different forms. And yes, it is very rooting, very grounding, very protective. I also love that one, Molly, for physical healing.
Love it. Okay. So those who are asking for physical healing, would you pair that? Would that be a good one to pair with then like the petrified wood or just a clear? You could do maybe a clear quartz, a bloodstone, and a petrified wood might be a really
it would be phenomenal for that.
Nice and healing.
Anytime you pair something with quartz, the quartz is actually amplifying the energy of the other crystals you're pairing it with. So I'm really big on pairing quartz with everything, because I want to amplify the energy of everything. But that would be like a little powerhouse of energy that you're working with there, doing the petrified wood, the bloodstone with the quartz. Yes, I think that would be amazing.
Yeah. Another one that's like, it's not red and it's not black.
Doesn't have to be.
Right. But that I also love when I'm really trying to, because of course for me with the root, it's all about, connecting with nature, Mother Earth, getting back into that rhythm. Yes. And so I really like moss agate.
Yes.
So moss agate?
I love moss agate. That kind of the same lines as garden quartz.
Okay.
You're picking up that mossy earth energy from the chlorite that is included in moss agate and garden quartz. So they honestly, I feel that moss agate and garden quartz have a very similar energy. The only difference is the agate versus the quartz content that's in those crystals. So for me, like with garden quartz, it just has that high vibration. Not that moss agate doesn't. but moss agate feels more gentle to me.
Yes.
If that
yes,
makes sense.
It does. It's more almost like, I would say, mothery, or it's like a mother, it's a mothering softer. Whereas if I want to like pull my energy down fast and quick, for me, I mean, black tourmaline, it's just like all of a sudden I'm like, boom, I'm like, so it's interesting. Yeah. They do have different,
do you want to like get real punchy with it, or do you want to be real gentle with it? You always want to think about that too, because like you said, black tourmaline like gets me there fast. It's punchy.
It's going to boom.
Yes. Yeah. But with elegant moss agate, you can even look at moss agate and it literally looks like there's moss growing inside of it, right?
Yeah, it's dreamy.
Yeah, you can make the correlation there of I'm getting earth energy big time here, just visually. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's just so gentle and it's calming and it's soothing and it just has a flowy nature to it, where this is like, bam, I'm coming at you, bam.
Yes.
Yeah. I think there's
and I feel like that too with
hematite.
Like
yeah. And it's also
this one more.
Yeah.
Black tourmaline definitely, I feel it more.
So
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, when working with crystals, just set your intention with them to work on your root chakra, help it to open up, help it to balance, help it to vibrate, and also just to help you feel more safe and secure and connected. Literally just setting your intention with that and affirming it and proclaiming it is how you charge your crystal. And then you can choose to either lay it on your root chakra as you're meditating, or just carry it with you, or have it around you, wear it. That's how you would work with your crystals to really support the root chakra.
And I love that. And you know what I do love too? It's like, let's say right now you don't have the means, you don't know where to go get the crystals, you don't know. So kind of what you were talking even about the hagstone, or if you don't find a hagstone, just going out in nature. And if there is like a rock or something that is use that for the root and to connect. You can even do that, something that, and put the intention and the love in it and ask it to like ground and protect you. So I think do that's that too.
Really important to touch on, because we can, what if we don't have access to the crystals?
Right.
So my mentor always says, go sit on mother's lap. Mother's lap being the ground. Literally just go sit on the ground, go outside and sit. If you can walk bare feet, always great. If not, don't worry about it. You're still outside in the essence of the energy with Mother Earth. But make a conscious effort. I think everyone's like, or not everyone, but people will be like, well, I went for a walk and I didn't feel any different. Well, did you make a conscious effort to actually connect? Did you touch a tree? Did you say hi to the shrub? The little things like that. Did you make an interaction with Mother Earth herself? So I always think that's important too. I also like, Molly, I think we touched on this before, but I like to do a visualization.
Yes.
So let's say I don't have any crystals or anything. It's so cold outside, so on and so forth. So I literally, guys, this is so powerful and it's so easy. I get in a meditative state. I do the breathing and what have you. And then I imagine just this beautiful white light coming up through my root chakra in the form of roots. And that light is filling my body from my base all the way to my head. And then it's spreading out, encapsulating my entire body, and it's creating like an energetic circuit, right?
I love that. Yes. Yeah.
At the same time, I envision bright white light coming from the ethers, coming from universe, and that is now coming down with earth energy. So now I'm connecting heaven and earth, and I feel so at peace, so as one. And as I do this too, I like to do this almost like an energetic cleanse in the morning, but also I'm just going to go ahead and set my veil of protection up for the day. So I use Mother Earth energy, the roots coming up from my base, and then creating like an actual bubble. I imagine that happening, and I am deeply, I just got chills, deeply connected. I am deeply protected, and I'm energized with Mother Earth energy. And I do that until I just keep visualizing that until it feels good to me. And then I might close out of that meditation or that ceremony. It's so simple. Yeah. And it really doesn't take a ton of time, guys. And that is actually a great way to start your day.
Yes.
But if
Yeah.
you don't have like these tools, you have
Mhm.
yourself.
Yeah. Meditation is great. Yeah.
Oh
I love
gosh.
and other ways like what we're doing, you can wear to like energize your chakras, you
Yeah.
can wear the colors. So like we're wearing
Yes.
red and black. So to really like,
Yes.
and you might even notice what I always find interesting. It's like, what did I like choose today? And it's like, oh, I must maybe need some heart chakra energy if I have a lot of green on. So you can, the foods that you eat, such
Yep.
as, for the root chakra, red raspberries,
Also,
strawberries, beets, any like
yes.
root vegetable,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Fruit, vegetables like
yeah,
potatoes and things that come
dark
directly out of
chocolate.
the earth. Yes.
Dark chocolate. Yeah, and
Yeah, Brittany, we didn't plan that. She's like, I love your reverse color coordination.
yeah, no,
We did not plan this.
Yeah.
Like, we're just always in sync that way. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you touched on that, because color therapy and color association, there is energy in colors. Why do you think our chakras have a color associated with them? It's a vibration. So the root chakra vibrates at this red color, right?
Yeah.
And when you wear that, you will feel more grounded. I like how you touched on being aware of what you pick out of your closet. Because
I'm like, whoa, I must need to like amplify this today, or
well, here's
yeah.
I have to tell you this because you're gonna laugh. I was trying to find, like, intentionally wanting to wear red for the root chakra today.
Mm-hmm.
This is literally the only red piece of clothing I own.
This is okay. I said the exact same thing earlier. This is the only red thing that I have too.
So you know what that means, guys. You know what that means.
It's,
me and Molly,
yes,
we don't have an aversion to red, but we don't have a lot in our closet because we need it. We're actually like, we're naturally kind of like, oh no, I want the blue, I want the green, I want the, whatever it is. Because we don't pick red all the time, that lets me know I need more of that in my life.
I do a lot of black, but I definitely need more.
That's so funny.
Need more more red, the grounding. Yeah, because
I'm really happy you touched on that, because there are so many ways that you can get grounded without using just crystals. You can actually eat foods that help to support your root chakra as well. You can also listen to music that helps with like your singing bowls, Molly.
Oh, let the sound, the frequency, the music.
Yes.
Which this, if you guys, have been on my lives, this and it's as soon as I play it, as soon as I hear the sound, it really does. It just it calms me. It brings me kind of into my body. You want me to play it?
Please. And
we'll play it. We'll play it.
I want to say that if you're into drumming,
oh God,
drumming is my like, as far as sound, it's my go-to for getting rooted and grounded. I love it. Play. I want you to play.
Yeah, I have my drum down here too. Yeah, drumming is one of, if you just want to like hear, but okay, here, we'll do this one first.
Everybody take it in. Come on, let's take it in.
Love it.
Do you know I felt that in my hips and my legs?
Okay, good. I always tell people, I'm like, so notice where you feel it. Do you feel it in your root? Do you feel it somewhere else? Always. And then of course here, let's see what, I don't know how this will sound. I did get my drum.
Drum for me, baby.
All right, let's see. Let's see if you can hear it. Did you hear that one?
Yes.
Did it come across? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
It feels like, you know what this feels like to me? This feels like Mother Earth's heartbeat.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Love that.
Yeah. So you can even do, this one is for the root, but the tuning forks, that you can hit that are for each chakra.
So
this
like when
specific for the
when
root.
I'm actually in person with you in a session, that's like one of my favorite parts, is when you do that.
Yeah, and they have them where you can get it for each and every chakra, you know.
Love that.
Um, so there's I just feel like there's so many, and I love, what you talked on too. It's like the root chakra honestly is our foundation. It
Yes.
is the most important chakra because if our root chakra is blocked, it really is going to throw off the rest of our chakra
Totally.
system, because you think of that, just in nature, if the root system of a tree is not healthy and grounded, the tree is not going to be, it's
Stable.
yeah,
I always think of it as like, if I'm not focusing on my root, but let's say I'm just throwing this out there. Let's say I'm a card reader and I'm constantly reading cards and I'm in my
yeah,
third eye in my crown. You're
yes,
playing with a house of cards here, literally.
right,
Because if this is not, you're not stable, you don't
hmm,
have that foundation, this is going to give out at some point. You're going to burn out at some point, or you're going to feel bad. It's
yeah,
not going to feel good to you. You're going to feel exhausted doing it. It's just not going to feel as good. Anyone that has a spiritual tendency that loves playing with these different things in spirituality, whether it's psychic mediumship, reading cards, there is one thing that all of the people, the seasoned people that have been doing it, will always say: they have to be grounded before they begin,
hmm,
and they practice being grounded on a daily basis, and
yeah.
that is typically through meditation. So that just some food for thought there, guys. If you are wanting to strengthen these other chakras, start with the root.
Yeah. And even saying mantra.
Yeah.
So something that I like to do if I'm like in the car and I'm driving and I'm feeling really scattered, or I'm like all
Yes.
over the place and I have too much,
Yes.
even if you can kind of turn off that brain, right? But even if you just start over and over to yourself, I am grounded, I am
Mhm.
anchored, I am safe, I am protected.
Yes.
Um, even just by stating those things, I love stating, and the ones I am anchored, like I love that. I am rooted.
You ain't
I
going
am in my
nowhere.
body. It's like you just by stating those things can help kind of
Mhm.
bring that energy down.
There is power in words.
Yeah.
Words are energy. And so, what energy are you putting out? What are you, and also, it's honestly like the spoken word is also, and it doesn't have to be spoken, it can be just from the mind, but it's also an affirmation
Hmm.
with spirit, with creator, with God, with the divine.
Right.
This is what I want. I am affirming this is it. And
Yeah.
ask and you shall receive.
Hmm.
It
And I
literally,
feel anybody too that, if you had, any childhood trauma or things that maybe if you lived in a home when you were younger, or a child that
yeah.
didn't feel safe,
Mhm.
or you're doing inner child work, go
Yes.
back to that root chakra, because
So
that's
important.
really, that is like our root chakra is activated in the womb. It's that
Yeah.
first, it's our survival, it's our
Mhm.
primal instinct, it's feeling safe. When we grow up in an environment where we do feel safe and protected and nurtured and cared for, then we have that healthy kind of rooted foundation. But if we grow up in an environment that's not that, we might need to go back and really focus on that root chakra. So anybody who is doing inner child work or has trauma from that the root chakra is always a really great. It's like, once again, starting at the root, starting at that seed, starting
That
at that first,
I couldn't agree with you more, Molly.
um, um, trying to think
Any
anything else.
questions?
Yeah, questions.
Question time.
Anything else? There are more
Cheers.
crystals. Y'all want more crystals, or you done?
Or
um,
something else you can do is go get Reiki with Molly and have her ground you, because that's what I need when I go see her. And she does that for me.
oh, Molly? Can you play that note? Do you want the oh, do you want me to play um the bowl again?
Maybe the tuning fork.
The tuning fork? Oh, do you want me to tell you what the note is? Oh gosh. you know,
I can never remember the hertz and notes on
yeah,
those. I
and
always
this
have to
is
look.
different because this one for the root chakra, this one says like 194.18, but I think it's like 324.
I know. I can never remember. I always have to go look that up.
And sometimes it's interesting because, oh, the fork. Do you just want me to? Sometimes they have different sites will also say different hertz or frequencies. I don't know that you'll be able to hear this.
Yeah, that's more of a vibration fork. So
Yeah.
it's actually like used on the body for.
Can you hear it?
Do it again.
Can you hear that?
Yeah. Do it again.
Okay.
So everybody receives.
Okay.
That's funny. I felt that in my legs again. I wonder.
Good. Well, that's
yeah.
good. A couple questions. The plate that Dana mentioned is a selenite.
Yes.
You can get in plates or bowls or
bars or wands. They make selenite and everything now.
Yeah. And then, to place your crystals in. And someone asked, let's see, what are the signs that your root chakra is unbalanced? So for me, and then Dana, I'll let you speak on it. For me, so our chakras can be closed off or they can be, too abundant, right? We have too much energy. We want everything really, really balanced. So, if your root chakra is closed, once again, you might feel flighty, like up in your head, scattered, ungrounded, anxious. We're anxious because we're not in our body. We're up here thinking of our to-do list and everything that we need to do.
The ego's running the show.
What? Yeah.
I think
you're all
ego's running the show.
Yeah. And anxiety. So that would to me be kind of closed off. A too much is like if you're almost like you're too heavily grounded where you're sluggish, you're not moving, you feel stuck. Maybe you are so rooted in the past, it's making you feel depressed because you're just blah. So
yeah,
I
love that. I agree with every single one of those, and I think the overactive root shows up as laziness. It shows up or unmotivated.
Yeah, just like, and it's like you just like you're so heavy you can't move. Like you're so it's like you're so just like it's like nope, we got to get movement. And I know to also what you're talking about, like to help with the root movement, dance.
Yes,
so,
dancing,
moving,
yoga.
Do you know certain yoga poses that would be? Do you?
Oh gosh, not off the top of my head. I love yoga and I practice yoga, but like the ones for particular chakra, that actually might be some good research for me to do.
Right. I'm wondering the only like if I'm thinking of root, which is really easy. What isn't there just like, well, there's tree, right? And mountain pose, right? It's a mountain you just stand.
That makes sense.
Like
shake your chakra. Brittany said shake your chakra.
Yeah. Do like some hip movements. Feminine dancing would probably help. 100% gallbladder healing. Yes. Feminine, like, woo! Yeah.
When my root chakra is unbalanced, I get very worrisome. I get very fearful of things that I know, like it's stupid. Like it's stuff that you shouldn't worry about, but you get caught in that cyclical pattern of always like constantly worrying about things, being fearful. When I think of the root chakra being balanced, I think of security. I think of stability. I think that no matter almost like if anything were to come my way, it's not going to rock me because I'm so grounded and connected. I also do want to touch on feeling connected. When my root chakra is open and balanced and vibrating at a good level, I feel the oneness and everything. You know, I feel the oneness and the interconnectedness of you to me, of the plant to me, everything. Just it's almost like that, like when you have a spiritual awakening, you're like, oh my God, we're all one. You know, that's how I feel with my root chakra.
And I think that's so easy nowadays because like through computers and through everything, through technology, through just our life in general.
Yes.
And we are very much up here. So it is that getting back to nature. And also if you, you know, the root again is all about, you know, the survival or our money, our home, survival, finances, our all of those. So if you're one that is constantly worrying about money or scarcity or you're on shaky ground, maybe you're going through a move, or maybe you're any of those things, or
also like you're waiting for the bottom to drop, like everything's going too good right now, what's going to shake me up? You're not grounded.
Yeah. So you know, those are the things that are related around the root, you know. So
thank you for sharing all of that, Molly. You always have wisdom.
Anybody else have any questions?
I'm open for questions.
I love that, got chills with the oneness comment. So it is true.
That whenever you get chills, that's the vibration of truth. That means it resonates in your soul. That means it's true to you. That was a connection. Oh, I just got chills. Oh my God. It's like the truth has been spoken and it really resonates with your soul because your soul knows it's true.
Sarah would like to know best crystals to help with infertility, reoccurrent like miscarriages or ectopic pregnancy.
Yes. I have several go-tos for that. Again, I'm just going to preface that I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. These are merely my suggestions as tools to help you along the way. Always go see your doctor. But my favorite crystals, I actually have one on the table right now, is carnelian. So carnelian is great for the womb space. It is great for the sacral chakra. That's what you really kind of want to focus on too, by the way. Sacral chakra, okay? Also, rose quartz, green aventurine, which I do not have on the table.
I don't think I have green aventurine.
And moonstone. Now I have a candle holder made out of moonstone here. This is rainbow moonstone. It's a bunch of little chips. Yes, thank you, Molly. So moonstone. Now moonstone comes in several different varieties. I don't care which one you pick. Just get moonstone. So carnelian, rose quartz, green aventurine, moonstone. Those are my go-tos for that. And I have worked with crystal family members that have gone through that, either having problems getting pregnant, had miscarriages or whatever. And I hate to use the word prescribe, but, suggested these to them. And I suggest that you use them daily by setting your intention of what you're wanting to achieve. So in your case, a full-term, lasting, healthy pregnancy. And carry them around with you if you can. If you can't, you can also place them underneath the bed. That is just something that, you lay in the bed for so long, and subconsciously and energetically, a lot of things are going on while you're sleeping. And also that is typically where babies are made. So you want the energy to be good for that. But also while you're sleeping, you are supporting yourself by using that crystal energy being placed under the bed. You can also wear them, but carrying them around with you, wearing them, or just having them around where you can look at them and feel them every day. Those are by far the 4 that I have found to be the most successful with that.
Someone else asked for grief. And
oh yes, my all-time favorite for grief is Apache Tear Obsidian. And I have plenty here. Oh, good. Molly, you are so prepared.
I had this in my pocket.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I don't know why. This was the one I wanted to put in my pocket today. So Here we go.
Well, that's why, because it wanted to be shown today.
Yeah.
So Apache tear obsidian, the name alone, tear, lets you know it is for grief. It is a form of course, obsidian. Again, very grounding, very rooting, very protective. So we need that when we're going through the grieving process. And there is an actual, like, really cool backstory to Apache tear. And we actually, Brittany talks about that in her episode when she talks about grief. And then past that, you're going to want to love yourself through the grieving process. You want to remember to be graceful with yourself during the grieving process. And so I love rose quartz for that. I love green aventurine for that. I also, when having compassion for myself, I always add in a little bit of amethyst as well. Amethyst to me is very comforting. It's very soothing, and it feels protective to me. So I always like, whenever I'm making suggestions for grief, to add in some amethyst as well.
What stone would be good for autoimmune? And then also psychic intuition. So of course, two different, but
Ooh. Okay. So for autoimmune, you are wanting to work here's how it's been presented to me. You want to work on the entire auric body. Okay. So think about your master healing crystals. Number one is clear quartz, the master healer. So get some clear quartz, program it, and charge it to whatever it is you're wanting to achieve with it. Same rules apply. Look at it every day, carry it around, or at the very least, pick it up. You can put it on a particular place on the body, meditate with it, wear it, all those things. My second go-to is petrified wood, baby. If you are having any type of physical ailment, you definitely want petrified wood in the mix there. Ooh, one that you had, Molly, the bloodstone. Oh my God, bloodstone would be phenomenal for that. Any type of bloodstone. It can be African bloodstone, dragon's bloodstone, or you can also look up heliotrope. And any of those would be phenomenal for that.
And petrified wood, I'll show you two of mine because it's neat. Because they can all look different. So here's like a smaller one that I have.
Yes. So that
one's this one is one of my favorites. This one they said was struck by lightning, and that is the black.
I love that. That is, like, if you ever want to get rid of that crystal, please call me. I freaking love that. Yeah, and you will find them in
that one's special.
Like, you will find them too, so you can see the actual rough edge of the bark here, and then it's been polished here. But you will actually find petrified wood in like an actual rough log. They're really cool, guys.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And then for psychic abilities, Labradorite.
I can never say it. Labradorite.
Labradorite. This is the psychic, the mystic's stone. So labradorite is great for the third eye and the crown chakra. Helps you to receive messages, helps with psychic downloads, helps with mediumship. Also, amethyst. Amethyst is third eye and crown chakra, baby. Amethyst is by far my favorite crystal. I believe, like, when I use amethyst, and I've set the intention to do so, I am a great channel when I do that. And then also, I don't have one on the table, but indigo gabbro, which is also, thank you, Molly, which is also called merlinite. Indigo.
Okay, I need that. Oh, I'm glad you said that. Okay,
yeah.
Sorry. See, I love crystals, and every time I'm like, Dana is like the wealth of knowledge of,
thank you.
It's what is that?
Okay, practice.
Merlinite, but what is it?
It's called indigo, like the color.
Okay, indigo.
And then gabbro, Gabbro. So think of the name. Honestly, a great way to remember it is Merlin. He was a magical wizard.
Yes.
Do you want to be magical? Do you want to be able to manipulate energy? Yes, right. Do you want
the alchemist?
The alchemist, yes. So indigo gabbro is, again, great for the third eye and the crown chakra. It has a very, literally, it has a mystical feel to it.
Ooh, I need that.
I know.
If you want to, Are you going to have any of that
I
on your live
just had
sale?
some. It did sell out during our last live sale. I think I might have more. I think I might have some in back stock. I'll check.
And yes, and so will you tell, because someone just said, where can we let's see, where do we buy your crystals? So will you tell people that weren't on before how to do that, or your live sales coming up? And let me tell you guys, the live sales are like, they're addictive, because like you sit on there and you're waiting, you're like, you know, whatever, and then you have to get your bid in, and so you're like, oh god, yeah. And
I know
they're
a lot of fun. We try to keep it
fun.
very, we try to keep it fast paced, high vibrational. We like to laugh, but we also educate during the live sales as well.
They're amazing.
So we do live sales on Instagram at Our Mother's Crystals. We do have a 3-day event coming up on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. So we're going to have we're going to have a story sale on that Friday, and then we'll have a live sale on that Saturday, starting at noon Eastern Standard Time. And then we'll be on the next day, Sunday, for my favorite, coffee and crystals. I like to wake up early, have some coffee or tea, and then do crystals. And what we do is we actually we'll show a crystal. And then as you're watching, there will be, oh my gosh, this one actually still has a price tag on it. Isn't that funny? I kept one of my own stock. But it will have a number and a letter attached to it. I don't even know if you guys can see that. Sorry. And so the number will be the price, and the letter is just an identifier. So if we have 5 black cats on the table and someone says, I want 18, I need to know which one you want. So the E is the identifier number. But what you do is you just comment, claim 18E. And then if your comment comes through first on our end, then you will then have that new baby. We'll get a box ready for you. And then we invoice via PayPal after the live sales have concluded. You can also take a look at our website, ourmotherscrystals.com. All of the links are in our bio, by the way, guys. And while there's not a lot of inventory on there, I am in the process of updating it right now behind the scenes. So if there's something you don't see on there right now, I might be able to have it up in the next couple of weeks for you guys. And then, that's really it as far as retail. Instagram is where it's at for us right now. So that's where we do the majority of our selling, but you always have the opportunity to hop on our website and just kind of shop at your leisure if you want to as well. Thank you, Molly.
You're welcome. Let's see. You guys have any other questions? Crystals.
By the way, if Molly has a huge following, and I know she has a lot of fans, if you guys want to learn more just about Molly, because you see one side of Molly here. If you want to see a deeper view of Molly and just her soul, her essence, her story, her episode on our podcast and our YouTube, oh my God, you guys have raved about this woman. If you have not had a chance to go check it out, go check it out. Molly, I listened to it again the other day. I was just, I had the inspiration to go do so. I was kind of having a wanky off day. Yeah. And you talk about your Shinjin Jitsu.
Yeah.
That is why I got the ping to go listen to it, because you were talking about holding the thumb.
Yeah.
During that. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot about that. As many times as I've listened to that during the editing process. But you reminded me of the little, you gave us all those little tips and tricks to do. And I'm just so many people have reached out to me and said that your episode was so helpful for them.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. Well, thank you. Well,
yeah.
And like what I always say too, for you guys, YouTube, you can, we'll repost this.
Yes.
We'll repost this. So if you had to leave earlier, you have to, whatever, you can go back, and then that way you can watch it. And then, Dana will repost it. It is Our Mother's Crystals. It's amazing. She has a whole network. So if anything that you want to learn, she does a crystal of the month, just different spiritual people. It's amazing. And someone asked Dana also about, because I think they know that I got my angel aura amethyst from you. Yeah. And it is the everybody loves it. I'll show it. But so they want to know if you have more of those.
I have angel aura quartz coming. I have titanium aura quartz coming. They will be here in a couple of weeks. So I do have a restock of material coming that is angel aura coated. So get ready, guys. And Molly, I'm going to shout you out for my people. Guys, if you've never had a Reiki session with Molly, you can do it in person or distance. You do not have to be present. Molly's Reiki sessions have been life-changing for me. I swear by her. One of the the most powerful Reiki healer I've ever gone to. And you can find her at Sunflower Soul Healing on Instagram, but also on YouTube, where you can actually watch and take in the energy that she's given you. So I definitely want you guys to go check her out as well. You can find ours on YouTube, or we are on all major podcast streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple, Google. You can find it a couple of different ways. You can do at Our Mother's Crystals on YouTube, or you can simply just search the Crystalline Network and you'll be able to find us. I forget which episode you are, Molly. Is it 4? Are you episode 4?
No, 5, because 5's my number.
That's right. That's right. So she's episode 5. If you want to go listen to that or rewatch that. And the Crystalline Network is like bringing a network of people together to educate you in a safe space. So
it's awesome. So
enjoy.
I love the crystal of the month. And
do you? Well, thank you.
Yeah, I really do. So
thank you for saying that.
All right, I'll see if there's any other last questions or
last call for questions.
And we will do this. The chakra series. So next month will be the sacral.
Yes, we're gonna get sexy with it and get creative with it. Yeah.
So excited that you all have a podcast. Just subscribed.
Oh, well, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. You are welcome. Thank you so much. Create spaces. I love you. Thank you. They're putting everything that you say. So Our Mother's Crystals, the Crystalline Network.
Oh my gosh,
you guys. Thank you. Doing all of that. Thank you.
Oh my God. I am sending big heart energy to you guys. Seriously, that means so much to us.
If we can't get our crystals from you, where do you get them? I would
talk about just going back to talking about a filling. I want you to shop with someone that feels good to you. Should you go buy crystals just on Amazon? Maybe. They might be okay. They might be natural. They might not be. So I would recommend definitely searching for a shop or a person that you trust.
Yeah. And that's, if you can't get to Dana and you want to get out there, whatever. I mean, yeah, it's like, a local, if there's a local store that you can questions and go in, but
correct.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can always, a lot of people shop on Etsy.
Etsy. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are also great platforms. But
look at the reviews, maybe.
Be careful. Yeah. Just do a little bit of research, guys.
Okay.
I want to touch on this real fast. Meredith. Yeah. Hi, Meredith. She asked, can you tell me more about my new piece of galena? We had the little pieces of the super shiny galena on our last live sale. She said, is it good for the root? And my God, honey, it is phenomenal for the root chakra.
Which one was that?
It's called galena.
Do you have one?
I didn't pull one on the table, of course.
Okay.
You know what it looks like? It looks like this almost. So this is the Elite Shungite. So galena,
it's black.
It's going to be black, but it's metallic. Okay. It has like a silver sheen to it, right?
Okay.
And so galena, it's actually real weighty. So like a tiny piece of galena has like a significant weight to it. And you can make a significant correlation there to anything that's weighty, like hematite or galena. It's weighted and it's stable for the root chakra. So yes, Meredith, thank you for pointing that out. That is another great crystal for the root chakra.
So, okay, let's see. Is it Therese Marie wants to know, do I need to wait until the 20th of January, or can I order the Angel Aura now? So I guess if there are people, how do you want
I can't do that just because I don't actually physically have it. And so until I actually physically have it and I can actually weigh the pieces and then get them priced, I won't even know. I wouldn't even know what to hold or, what have you. So those actually are on their way. They probably will not be available during our next live sales, but I would say just stay tuned. I do post a lot of previews here on TikTok. All the things that I have on Instagram will be here on TikTok as well, like the previews and things for the live shows. So just stay tuned and you'll know when they're available. Okay. I'm sorry, I wish I could get
and
them
if
to you
I know,
sooner.
I'll let people know too that
yeah.
I know people really really love those. Let's see.
So I want to touch here real fast. Bernie asked, "What's a good crystal for fatigue?" I love this.
Okay. Oh God, we all could use that.
Right.
That's like, it's like that 3 o'clock or what, you're like, oh my gosh, what can I? Yeah.
So I find a couple of crystals are extremely energizing for me. Red jasper is one of them. Okay. It gets me going. It's great. Okay. Physically for blood circulation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whether you believe that or not, think about how it feels to be energized. The blood circulation, it's pumping. You've got, movement. Everything inside of your body is starting to come alive and starting to move. Red jasper always does that for me. So like before a workout, I'll take red jasper.
Okay.
I'll take it with me and I'll bring it with, not take it, but I'll bring it with me and set the intention that I want to have a really powerful, energized workout. Red jasper, number 1. Number 2 is citrine. So citrine, again, is working on the solar plexus, which is a phenomenal energy center to get you going, but also to remind you of the joy in life. Think about how you feel when you're joyful and everything is harmonized and life is just like you're going with the flow. You're in the flow.
Yeah.
That feels really good. And that is a nice, stable energy to be at, especially if you are feeling fatigued. You just want to get on a higher level. Citrine always does it for me. It's sunshine in a crystal. You think how sunshine heats up your body and makes you feel so good when you feel warm? That's what citrine will do for you.
And Jessica Elizabeth, her question is, any crystals for heart health? So would that red jasper?
Yeah, anything that's great with the circulatory system or the blood system is extremely just supportive. Let me say it that way, supportive of the heart, the actual organ itself. Yes. So red jaspers, red agates, and that was the other one I was going to say is bloodstone. Yep.
For heart. Okay.
Now, is she talking physical heart or is she talking
I think she's talking physical.
Okay.
Let me see. For heart health. So probably physical.
Okay.
For physical. And thank you so much, Julie. She said, I didn't know I needed this energy, but no words. Thank you. So you are so welcome. And thank you for being here.
And you're welcome.
And she said, Jessica Elizabeth said, thank you so much. Yes, it was physical heart. So
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to think about blood circulation when it comes to that.
And someone else asked, do we know when our live will be for the sacral, which we'll have to get together?
Yeah, we'll plan it right after this one and then we can announce. We typically have a little conversation after we get off the air, guys, and then we just go ahead and plan the next one. It's fun.
Yeah. And then again, we'll repost this to YouTube so you can go back and listen to the different crystals.
And at your leisure. So like if you just couldn't, take the time to listen to everything today, you can, just watch it at your leisure and let it all integrate. I know the more that I re-listen to things, Molly, the more I'll pick up something new every time.
Yeah. Because I think we can only absorb so much. So it's like, okay. Yeah. What can I absorb? At least that's
it's like you remember that one aha moment, but then everything else you can't remember.
Yeah. No, definitely. So,
thank you guys.
One last thing I'll say too for the root, helping, because we've talked about the color, we've talked about food, we've talked about crystals, we've talked about music, affirmations, and even music again, but it is if you do a chant, it's lam. So
yes, that's right.
Lam. So even that LAM, lam, even if you're sitting, that is something that harmonizes the root chakra.
Yeah, you can actually tone the energy
Yeah.
of your body. You can
Yeah.
tone it with your own voice.
Yeah. And even if you're doing that with your crystals on the root chakra alone, you're really putting that energy in there, or, taking your root crystals and playing a drum over it, or doing that root chakra singing bowl, or placing it on the earth, just it's all about the intention connection.
Yeah. And I mean, this is where like your imagination comes into play. What can you imagine that would be like the ultimate root chakra routine? It would be, crystals with singing bowls, with chanting, with a little bit of dancing. It's completely up to you how you want to do it.
Yeah. So love all of it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Molly, thank you once again for having me on. I
Thank you so
thoroughly
much,
enjoy these. So the feedback that you guys give us does mean a lot to us. So just thank you guys so much for being a part of this with us. And just, this is an energetic exchange. You are giving us your energy as we are giving it to you. And just thanks for being in this space with us. And I love you all so much for being here and just, being a part of this. This is great. I can't wait to the next one.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait. And love you guys. Thanks.
Love you all.
All right. Okay. We're going to sign off until next time, and we'll post for heart back at you. We'll post for the sacral once we have it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And then we'll save this to YouTube and we'll notify you all. And Molly, I'll get on a little chat with you after this. I love you.
Cool. All right.
Bye.